Your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, folks are working on their first notch. Matt Slingland's got a great lead. He's looking good on it. He's got a good first board. They like these boards to be a little flat or a little leaning towards the tree to support their weight. Gives them good leverage. When the board sags on some of these guys will have a tough time on bad boards and they start sagging. It's like they're hitting uphill. So it's very important to make these pockets precise. Matt Slingland's got a great board going over there in the middle. Richard Jordan's working on his down by the far end of the trailer right here in front of me. We got Mr. Nate Hodges going at it. He's got a great board on his. Let him hear you, folks. These guys are opening them up now. They're going to be going at it. Richard Jordan does a crazy dismount and a backflip on the far end over there. Once again, you got to get those pockets right on. You saw what happened there. Richard went to get on his second board down at the end by the trailer, and the board gave out on him. But who cares? Nate Hodges making his turn. Matt Slingland's already finished. Give it up for Matt. Nate's got a great job going on here. Chips going out the back door and the front door. Give it up for Nate Hodges. All right, Richard Jordan down there in. He's on it now, folks. He got him a better second pocket. But that's what happened. He jumped up on that board, and that board gave out on him. So they got to be extremely careful on that. It's good to have Richard. Richard comes from Connecticut. He's come a long way and competing. When he first started competing, none of the other competitors would talk to him. And for 2 years, he used the backside of his axe when he was chopping. But they turned that axe around. Next thing you know, he was competing on TV. He's a great wood chopper, just unfortunately had that tough second board fall out on him. But now he's got to keep competing because, folks, we do have overall totals. So in all these events, the overall winner will win a new steel chainsaw. So each event is worth some points for each contestant. I'm starting to see a little wiggle coming off the back of that log. Let him hear you, folks. It's Richard Jordan. There he is. All right, they're about neck and neck right now. Derek Knutson on the pole closest to me. The furthest away over by the trailer is Mike Sullivan. Mike's been competing for Steel Timber Sports for a lot of years. He's one of the top competitors still. Puts in good scores. Derek Knutson, one of our good guys that's been around doing it some. He places very well in these events. Should be a great finish here. They're both up chopping. Who's it going to be? Let them hear you, folks. You got Derek and Mike going at it. They're both throwing out some big blocks of wood right now. Even the other competitors standing over there hollering at them. They know it's a good event. This is going to be a tight one right here. They're both going to be making their turns pretty close, and look out. First one to break that block off in half will be your winner of this heat. All right, they're getting it driven. They're both making their turns. Turns are on. Who's it going to be? Derek's is loosening up. Look out, Mike's coming right behind him. How? Derek Knutson right there. And Mike Sullivan a chop and a half.
Timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, these are big hitting boys here, folks. Now remember, they got to chop a pocket, get their board in that pocket, and that pocket's got to support that board. Each of these boards have a metal shoe on the very end of the tip, and that's what they put in that wood, and they pull down on it, and it locks that board in there for them. They're trying to get their second board. They want it to be a straight or bent or forward towards the pole a little bit. Gives them some good leverage. All three guys have got good boards going. Now they're going to really see some chopping, folks. Let them hear you. Jason Lynch down there by the trailer. Lawrence O'Toole and Matt Coger down here in the end. Now you got to hit at least one chop on the backside. That's the only rule. They got some big chips coming out of there right now. Who's it going to be? They're starting to make their turns on the backside, ladies and gentlemen. Who's it going to be to drop theirs first? I see some wiggling going on. Boom! Lawrence O'Toole, Matt Coger, a half chop behind him. Jason Lynch just 2.5 behind him. Give it up for all three contestants.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, we got some good boards going, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Slingland's getting his in. Dave Jewett's got up there. He's got some good chops going on. Mike Slingland putting some big hits in. He's starting to catch up there. Mike and I spent a lot of time at Dunkin' Donuts hanging out. I love that man. All right, here they go, boys and girls. They're getting some big hits in on that wood. They're getting ready to make their turns. Remember, the rules state they have to make just at least one turn on the backside and one chop on the backside for it to count. So everybody's good. Dave Jewett's made his turn. Dave's got a good time going on. Mike's just a couple chops behind him right now, though. Made his turn also. Oh, Dave Jewett. Give it up for Dave Jewett, ladies and gentlemen. He adjusted that thumb throttle just perfect. Come on, Mike. It's on the backside, reaching over that far wood. One more big one. There it is. Give it up for Mike Slingerland, the man with no axe.
And to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, man. Guys are getting their first board in. Boys are looking about that even. Mike Esch has a little bit of a slant on his board down by the trailer. That makes it a little tougher on the guys when that board starts sagging. Trevor Beaudry's got a good board. He's got a little lean towards the pole. A lot of the guys like that. You want them leaning towards that pole or at least flat. Because it's important, man. They got to get that second pocket just right to support their weight so they can start wailing and chopping on that log on top. Trevor Beaudry's got a great chop going on. Mike Esch has got a good second board for Mike Esch. Good second board for Ben Marsh. He's locking her down. Looking good, all three guys. This is where they'll make up some time now chopping, folks. Let them hear you out there. That's right. They're chopping 11-inch white pine up on top of that block. Now they have to make at least the turn and make one chop on the back. That's the only rule there is. Who's it going to be? Trevor Beaudry down on the far end here. He's already made his turn. Mike Esch and Ben Marshall are opening theirs up. Trevor Beaudry's putting the hammer on it down here. One more big one. There it is. Trevor Beaudry. All right, Mike Esch is caught up. He's caught up on Ben there, man. The two of them. Ben's still getting his open. Got a little bit of fare he has. He's hitting that far wood on this side now. Getting it cleaned out now. Look at this. Mike Esch has made his turn. He's on the backside. There it is. Give it up for Mike Esch. Come on, Ben. Ben's one of our newer, younger contestants, man. He's putting his time in, learning the game. Great competitor, runs some great shows in Lumberjacks. Good friend of all the guys. We like him here, man. He's good for the sport. Putting all he's got into this. Come on, Ben. There it is for Ben Marshall.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, they're rolling on, man. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our final heat. Our final heat in the Springboard event going on right now. All three fellas. Zach's the big boy down there on 1, too, man. I used to train in this. I'd throw a Twinkie up on that top board just to inspire me. Look at that. There. The tree split out on us. How about that? All right, come on, fellas. Let's get going on it down there. We got Zach Browse putting it on. Grant Foreman on 2 there. His board's giving out on, but he made it up. Made it up. Mike Sullivan to the stage. Mike Sullivan. All right, these guys are going at it. They're starting their chops now, folks. Both our guys, Zach Browse, he's got a great board there. Grant's got a good board going.
His whole tree side split out on him. Okay, is that what it is? Okay, I didn't know how it works. Chris Sebastian's his whole tree split out going on. I didn't know how that works. Okay.
All right, they're going at it, man. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Hopkins, head. Thank you.
Sorry. Who's that guy in this video?
All right, the guys, remember, they got to make a turn on the back. They got their chop going on the back side for Grant. Zach is making his turn. Zach's got a tender board right there. There you go. Give it up for Grant Foreman. All right, Zach's just taking his time, buddy. Remember now, these guys are still going for overall points. So the guy with the most overall points wins a new steel chainsaw. Boom! Give it up for Zach Browse. There you go, ladies.